Oh, Chase. Can we have a chat about the trifecta? It's broken. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm Matt, and I wanted to take today to do a video letter to Chase with some opinions I have. We'll see if you guys agree. If not, that's fine. We'll keep it pushing. But this is prompted partially by the release of the new Chase Freedom Rise card, which is going to be a 1.5x ultimate reward point catch-all card for those new to the credit card game or students. It'll be a credit building card, not a credit restoration card, which is fine. But with the release of that card, now it has me questioning the rest of the Chase lineup, and that would be the Freedom Unlimited, the Freedom Flex, looking at the Sapphire Preferred and Reserve, and just seeing where things fit given the release of this new card, or how I would like to see things changed. So with that, let's jump into each card and what I'd like to see happen. Now, is any of this going to happen? No. Is Chase going to listen to me? No. But it's just a thought exercise, and you're here for the ride, aren't you? So we'll get started with the Chase Freedom Unlimited is 1.5x base catch-all card with additional categories of 3x dining, 3x on drugstores, and 5x in the Chase Travel Portal. I'd like to see this card simplified, and it looks like this card over time just got things just bolted off grocery stores and then the Chase Travel Portal. So let's simplify it a bit and make it a 5x in the travel portal and 2x everywhere else. No other categories. It's just a basic 2x catch-all card, like every other 2x catch-all card, like the Wells Fargo Active Cash or the Citi Double Cash, or even the Venture with its double miles on everything. Except I'd like to see this card lose the foreign transaction fee attached to it as well. So in my made-up universe, we're going to make this a 5x in the travel portal, 2x catch-all. I think this is reasonable. I don't think this is asking too much of Chase, maybe losing the 3% foreign transaction fee. But when I was looking at Chase before I jumped into Chase with the Sapphire Reserve, the Freedom Unlimited just made me kind of question, yes, I can pool points. Yes, I can attach them to a higher card. But if I was just going to be Team Straight Cashback, I'm not getting nearly as much as with some of the other cards. So at the bare minimum, putting this card in line with the other 2% catch-all cards seems reasonable. So moving from the Freedom Unlimited, we're going to go over to the Freedom Flex. Currently, it's a rotating 5x card per quarter, up to 1,500 spend per quarter, so 6,000 for the year on each quarterly pair of categories. And then it's 3x dining, 3x drugstores, 1x everything else. This is a card, if I was simplifying the lineup and making things a little bit easier, this is a card that I would continue. You can keep the OG Freedom in the background as a card you can downgrade to if you want, but this is a card that I don't see a ton of utility for, especially with the $1,500 caps per quarter. Yes, it's $500 a month. It's the same as the City Custom Cash, where you can get a 5x back on your highest spend category for the higher spend for the month up to $500. So it's the same $500 cap. I don't really see the value in these cards. Again, you can pull the points, transfer them. I get that intrinsically. Coming from a place of Team Straight Cash Back, I've got a limit on how much I can from my spend, whereas the Active Cash would be unlimited, or the Quicksilver for its flaws is unlimited 1.5x back. The same would be true for the Freedom Unlimited. So I'd rather just do away with this rotating, or let us choose what categories every quarter. There's a US bank card that lets you choose your 5x multiplier, and I think one 3x multiplier as well. I'd rather see that the current Freedom Flex, because there's no freedom or flexibility to it. But that would lead me into the upper echelon core cards with the Sapphire Preferred and the Sapphire Reserve, because that concept of picking is kind of what my concept for these cards would be. Currently, the Sapphire Preferred is a 3x dining, 3x online grocery, which Chase, can you please just make it a grocery card? 3x select streaming, 2x on other travel, 1x everywhere else. $95 annual fee, effective annual fee of $45 after the $50 hotel credit, access to transfer partners, all of these wonderful things about the Sapphire Preferred. Great beginner travel card. So how would I change it? Well, for that, we're going to keep the annual fee. We're going to scrap all of the earning categories, and we're going to give it two 5x categories of your choice. It can be your grocery dining card. It can be your dining gas card. It could be your streaming gas card. Whatever two categories, you get two, and you'd get 5x back in the travel portal, 1x everywhere else. So we've streamlined the, and one benefit I'd like to add, keep as much of the other benefits as you can, but one benefit I'd like to add would be the ability to get some number of passes to the lounges, as though it's crazy to me that you can't access a Chase lounge with a Sapphire Preferred. At the bare minimum, you should get like a couple of day passes as part of the $95 annual fee. We're going to go up to the Sapphire Reserve. Currently, it's 10x back on hotels and rentals, 5x back on flights in the travel portal, 1.5 cent per point redemption in the travel portal, which when I change this card could be 3x dining and 3x other travel, 1x everywhere else. Again, this would be another your own adventure travel card where you still get the 10x points in the travel portal, 5x points on flights in the travel portal, and now you get three 5x categories. So it can be travel, which Chase's travel is very open. It can be gas, it can be grocery, it can be dining, it can be whatever you want for it. And you pair one of the Sapphire cards, the new Freedom Unlimited, so you always have at least a 2x catch-all. Going back to the Sapphire Reserve, some changes I'd still like to see made. I don't want to give up the $300 travel credit, but I will if I have to. And in addition, I'd like to see this card take on the Amex Platinum in regards to hotel status. So if it's adding IHG status or Hyatt status or Marriott status or some combination of the three, or you pick one, whatever could work. I'd like to see the higher end travel card use some status. Now, it doesn't have to be the line. Explorist for Hyatt would be great. Even Discoverist would be perfect, except that would push the World of Hyatt card to offer more or give a higher elevated World of Hyatt card, but that's a dream for another day. And so I'd like to see these cards give you the ability to choose what you want to do. So in conclusion, I'd like to see Freedom Unlimited card become 2x everywhere else. The Sapphire Preferred be a 5x travel portal, and two 5x categories of your choice, 1x everywhere else, with add lounge passes for the Sapphire Lounge. The Sapphire Reserve becoming a 3 5x category card with the additional higher multipliers in the travel portal and some hotel status attached to it. That would make a compelling dual card setup, whether you pick the Sapphire Reserve or the Sapphire Preferred. You'd at least have the Unlimited as a base 2x card, and you give an upgrade path getting the Freedom Rise, so they could move up to the Freedom Unlimited and then, start the travel game with one of those two chain Sapphire cards. One other things while I'm musing on things I'd like Chase to do. One, if you've already codified 24 rule, since you make exceptions for every limited time offer card or the occasional mail offer that you send folks, just scrap the rule. I don't know what it's doing for anybody. The Freedom 1 in 24 rule is fairly effective. Fire 1 in 48 rule is fairly effective. If you're worried about churning, make it a 1x per lifetime rule like MX. Copy that rule. because at least then, yeah, you're going to come in for the elevated spend or clawback provisions that you did last year. It should be able to get people to at least hold the card for a year plus. And then if they can't get another high sign-up bonus for years, then they're still going to spend on the card. As for the core cards, the easiest way to prevent churning there is just make the cards as valuable as you can. And I think a simplified setup of the unlimited 2x, and you get to choose how you use your preferred, and you would lead to a much stronger overall ecosystem for Chase before we get to the co-branded cards. I have some thoughts there, but that's another video. So let me know what you think of these proposed changes that will never happen. If you like what you see, share, subscribe. If you don't, keep it moving. Thanks so much for your time and enjoy.